If you've ever written a long email to somebody only to have them call you right before you hit send, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Folks, welcome back to another episode of Live Trading. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day, happy middle of the week, turn, schlump day, whatever you call it. Hopefully you're doing well. Let's go ahead and get live trading started.
Welcome to Benzinga Live Trading.
Let's see if this actually kind of comes back.
Way out of control, got way too high.
All right. Hey, I will take that. I will absolutely take that.
All right. Hello and welcome, folks. It is great to see a whole bunch of returning faces. Jonathan, Market Sniper, Deep Space, Kel, Smoke Tuna. I think I saw Smoke Tuna around earlier. Should be here any moment. Anyway, I hope all of you folks are doing well here today. We are about to get started with another episode of Live Trading. I got my main man 13 adjusting his sleeve, ready to go here.
Let's go.
Now, 13. You like that timing there? 13, how you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm just cooling off here. Just had a little bit of a road incident taking a kid to school, but now I'm ready to trade and get that off my mind.
Okay, look out for the road rage. I'll say I am about to hop on an airplane and go to Detroit. So really excited about that. But before we do that, we are going to go ahead and try and make some sense of this market and find some profitable trades. Before we get started here, the stream is sponsored by Trade the Pool. If you need help getting over that 25K day trading threshold, Trade the Pool can help. If you just need more buying power, they can help with that too. Really good group of guys. So go check them out. We, however, are going to take a look at the market here. So 13, let's first start with the SPY. We've got the makings of a third green day in a row here. So we bounced pretty nicely off of that 100 day. Again, worth mentioning that the actual test of the 100-day value happened in an extended session. So keep that in mind. We still haven't done that in the regular session. So maybe there's a bit of a fake out and a return back down to that level, but we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. At the moment we are bouncing. Looks like we are about 5 points shy of the 50-day moving average and 6 points shy of the 20-day moving average. 13, I know you were watching that 20-day moving average as we stayed above it. Now that we're beneath it, looks like we're going to try to go back there and retest it. I do think the consumer is continuing to weaken, and I think over time, inevitably, we're going to resolve the SPY lower. It doesn't mean it can't go higher in the near term. So what are you seeing here, 13, on the S&P ETF?
I'm seeing the SPY having moved up overnight on some strong earnings from Tesla, which we can get into in a little bit. But I like this move up. I wanted to see the SPY get a little bit higher up before we started to turn around. If we started to turn around today, that'd actually be really good, in my opinion, for the market, especially those who are looking for a 10% correction, so we can continue this bull run that we're having right now. This is just a short-term pullback, but I think we still need to go lower. We're putting in a bit of a bear flag right now. I'd like to see this bear flag resolve so that we can get that lower print. So if we start to turn around here today, I'll welcome that. If we trade up to that 50-day SMA or the 20-day SMA, that's fine. The thing about those is that they're going to be very, very hard to get through. And I'll make the point by having you look at the time when the price finally broke down through the 20 and the 50-day SMAs. Those are the two largest red candles you'll have so far this year. They're on April 4th and April 15th. That first big one, that as a big capitulation, dropped down through the 20. And then we tried to retake it, couldn't do that, went lower down to the 50. First, we found support, and then the next day we broke down through another big red candle that took us down lower to this bottoming area that we just had here down around 494. So now we're rebounding. I'd like to see us start to sell off some more and go lower so we can get a 10% correction.
Okay. Real good stuff there. I too am in the camp of I would like to see a correction. Right? I'd like to see a little bit more of a prolonged sell-off, kind of reset some of these valuations, give us an opportunity to own quality stocks at cheaper prices, and then start a move back up. We'll see how long that ends up taking. And now, as far as today goes, we also had a couple of stocks that, can move the market or can move segments of the market report earnings this morning. Big one that we're going to start with here is going to be Boeing, ticker BA. So they reported better than expected Q1 financial results. You can see that we've actually taken a leg up in the pre-market here. And now it looks like we're trying to take these highs out here at 176, maybe 176 and a half there. If we take a look at the daily chart here, it does look like we've kind of formed a bottom. We're trading back up to that 20-day simple moving average that you like so much. We'll see if we're able to cross above that and maybe make some more headway. Now, on Boeing here, I know we talked recently about the defense angle for the market and how some of these stocks that are involved in that might still be good plays. And what do you think about the Boeing earnings here today? And if you didn't go through the report already, no big deal. I just mean the chart action.
So I haven't gone through the earnings, but yesterday we were talking about on the technical side how this has been trading inside a broadening wedge since 2023. And we're very, very close to the bottom of that broadening wedge where we're expecting to see a rebound and start trading up again. So that might be happening today. We need some more confirmation, like closing above the 20-day SMA would be a good start. But if we do start to get that momentum, it pretty much, I would think that we're going to continue to recover and go higher, over 200 and upwards. One of the things is that all the bad news that's been coming out lately has pretty much been priced into this.
That's where I'm at too. That's where I'm at too. It really feels like the selling might be exhausted.
And it's also worth considering that since December, where we put in the high, I think it was around 267, we're down 37% off that high in these 4 months. So that is a pretty good, corrective move. I guess we can even call it a bear move. But I think this is, been beaten up enough. We should start to see this turn around at some point. So I'm just waiting for confirmation of that.
Okay. Smoke Tuna, let me just make sure I get this straight. You're looking to buy Boeing for 50 cents. Is that was that a typo? I got to be honest with you. I know you're a sharp guy, but I don't think Boeing is going to 50 cents. And if it does, there's bigger problems there. Okay, Boeing, one of the stocks that reported here this morning. The two others that reported here, we talked a little bit about this one. First one here is going to be T. This is AT&T. This is generally a really good dividend play. What did you notice here on T that you told me this morning?
That their free cash flow had actually beaten expectations, which is really good for the dividend to come back. They do have a dividend, but they cut it in half a couple of years ago because of they were running into a whole issue with problems that trying to get into streaming. They had Warner Brothers, they had Dish Network. They spun those off. Those are their own things, took some debt with it. They're trying to restructure, get back to their core, business. And it seems as though right now, for the moment, their plan is working with how they're able to increase free cash flow. And that means that if they continue to do that, we could see the return of the dividend the way it was before they cut it.
Yeah, and just add some dates to what you were just talking about there. The last larger dividend payout here was on January 7th of 2022. The next dividend payout, April 13th of 2022. Exactly like you said, it was cut in half there. Yeah. So we'll see here. This is the first step in this being another really good dividend play. We'll see if we end up getting that. Now, the other one here that reported this morning that actually might be in play today, let's see here, is going to be Humana. This has really been beaten down recently. We actually tried a butterfly on this, if you remember, with Anne-Marie. It has actually taken several legs down. Now, today, we're actually popping. We reported some earnings here, better than expected earnings. We popped just over 350, but we've already bled back 15 points of that. So Humana, low volume here in the pre-market, at least so far, but this is one to watch based on the earnings this morning. Okay, let's flip over to the movers tool and we can go ahead. I guess you could let's talk about Tesla here before we do that. That'll kind of round out some of the bigger stocks. Tesla, of course, reported earnings yesterday. Tesla shares trading higher following Q1 earnings. Additionally, Bank of America Securities upgraded the stock from neutral to buy. Tesla is doing a really good job of holding its gains higher here. So we'll see. Tesla actually could produce a trade here. In fact, let me go ahead and mark some of these levels off. We'll give them to you right now. While we've got them, let's see if they can break out of 164. I know I marked that as 163.97, but let's call it 164. And then right in here, maybe 158.57. So if Tesla can break out of this range and kind of confirm it, we'll have a nice little trade set up there. But earnings yesterday, Tesla moving higher here today. You can see maybe we are kind of coming back towards that 20-day moving average. We'll see. 13, you got anything here on Tesla?
I don't know that we're on our way back up with this. I'd have to see some closes above these other moving averages. To your point about the levels you just made, the 20-day SMA is right around that 164 area you were talking about, and that other level is kind of the top of a consolidation channel that I noticed way back from 2020. So those levels look pretty good for support, but I don't know that this is going to hold up. The earnings weren't great, and he indicated that they may not be great for a little bit, but that there's going to be some big changes coming with their cheaper cars. They are going to still do that. Apparently, they're going to they're planning to unveil the robotaxi on August 8th. Mm-hmm. So there's still some things to look forward to, but I think investors kind of need to put a cautionary hat on and understand that that doesn't necessarily translate into earnings quite yet.
Well, so let me post something to you. You were mentioning the robotaxi there. If we do see Tesla move up today, do you think maybe that might affect Uber or Lyft negatively with the robotaxi being part of the calculus? And then vice versa. If we see Tesla break down today, do we maybe see a pairs trade in Uber or Lyft to the upside? I'm just thinking about potential ways that we can actually kind of capture some of the movement that we see.
I don't think it would. I mean, I think you're correct that it would impact, maybe Uber, possibly DoorDash, or some of these other, delivery services. But I don't know what kind of runway we're looking at here with that. So I don't know that I could really price that into the stock. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think it's still too early, and we still don't have really anything definitive that this autonomous driving or that these robotaxis are actually going to work. So yeah, I need to see some more. I need to see something that's going to convince me some more. As far as the stock today, if we can get above 180, recapture 180, I'd probably turn into more of a bullish position with Tesla. We just need to get above 180. That's a big level.
Yeah, I was going to say, and that's 19 points away from where we're at right now. So, a couple other things that came out of that Tesla call there. They were talking about the cheaper cars, thinking about it here, saying Elon was vague on the cheaper cars. Now, I actually might listen to this on the airplane today. I actually might listen to that conference call while I'm in travel. I haven't listened to it yet. I did see some summaries of it. I think I saw that they're trying to go more the services route, right? Like they're going to automated driving is a service that you can buy for whatever, $99. I can't remember what the price point was. And then I think he also talked about a Model 3 available for $299 a month. Now, I don't know if that's leasing, rental. Again, look to thinking about its point, vague on some of those points.
Yeah, I think that because of how good the margins are on their services side, that's kind of the direction they're trying to push some of these facets of their business towards. I know that with autonomous driving and robotaxi, that's a really big service income vehicle for them.
Okay.
No pun intended.
Okay, so watch Uber and Lyft, see if there's any relation there. Again, I'm just spitballing here. Jabe Rice also bringing up another one that we should talk about. And this is not a stock that we talk about very often, but it's notable here today. Jay was mentioning here, Riley, 78% short interest, massive squeeze. Shorts thought the 10K wouldn't come out. So if we take a look here at the short interest, you can see I actually have a slightly different figure, but we're in the exact same ballpark there, Jay, with very, very high short interest. As of April 9th, again, this could have been updated recently to get to that 78%. I show 67% of the float shorted here. Days to cover above 10. Both of those metrics gigantic. All right, both of those metrics gigantic. Now, this morning, we had a piece of news here. B. Riley shares are trading higher after the company announced the results of an independent investigation showed the company and its executives had no involvement with or knowledge of any of the alleged misconduct concerning Mr. Khan or any of his affiliates. So it looks like what's going on here, B. Riley getting really good news about the investigation. Stock's up 45.5% here. High short interest, as Jay was mentioning, which we have gone ahead and confirmed. This thing could actually have some more squeeze type action going on in the regular session. So here's a daily chart of B. Riley. I don't think 40 is out of the question, even from where we're at right now. It's another 9 points. We'll see where we go here. Jay, really good mention here on B. Riley. I don't have any position on this, but we'll see if we can end up trading this. Did you have anything on B. Riley?
That was the news on this one. It's up because that their internal review, the probe basically confirmed it. So this is something you probably would have had to be in before the news came out. As far as price action today, we may get some, but I can't really put a figure on how much we'll get. I think the move may have already been put in. Okay,
there you go. B. Riley, a couple more things to clean up here real quick. Where was that? I think it was Brett, thank you very much here. The $299 Tesla Model 3 was for a lease. Insurance was $200 a month. Tyler here saying, have you ever ridden in a self-driving Tesla? Everyone who was negative about it has never even tried it. There have been a number of guys on CNBC that were in it that got out of it and said, I wouldn't do that again. So I'll say this, at least for me personally, I like driving. I like being in control of the car. Self-driving is not impressive to me, even a little bit. I have no interest in this. I certainly would not pay extra as a service for this one. I know I might be in the minority on that one, but that's all right.
I don't think, we were really kind of bagging on the vehicle itself, just like we're talking about the company. I don't think their vehicles are necessarily bad. I just am looking at from a company perspective, the stock itself. We haven't really seen enough proof that the autonomous driving is going to be as revolutionary as it's been touted to be.
Yeah.
And that's really all I'm really kind of getting at. I'm not really saying that their cars suck. I'm just saying that particular facet needs to.
I don't care for their cars, and if the automated driving is a non-issue for me, that's not a needle mover at all. So I am definitely saying that. Okay.
I don't think their cars.
Well, there we go. There we go. All right. As far as some of the other stocks that are on the list here, AMST, this is Amesite. This one here is popping. We're actually taking a second leg up here right ahead of the open. Amesite shares are trading higher after the company announced the beta release of its Nurse Magic app. Now, I don't know what the Nurse Magic app does, but clearly the market is liking the stock's up 82.5% here. Be very, very careful. Some of these levels pretty easy to identify. 315, a support level if we really kind of come back in. Top end of the pre-market range, just shy of 350 here. We'll see if that holds up. This already got blown through here on really good volume, so we'll see if that can actually hold as support if it comes back in. Did you have anything on here? I know the float is kind of low, but not super low. Anything else that you want to cover on AMST?
Other than that news about the AI app, other than that, it's just got a 1.82 million share float. I haven't noticed any other reverse splits or anything like that. So very, very low float. It should be easy to push around. But I think that's pretty interesting. Now we have we have a Nurse AI app. That's great.
Yep. There you go. We'll see. I like how you just like, that's great.
That's great.
We'll see where this ends up going. Okay. Next here is going to be ticker BOF. This is Branch Out Foods. I don't think I've ever pulled this ticker up in my brokerage or any of my platforms. So this is new to me. Never really seen this trade. Branch Out Food shares trading higher after the company announced it has expanded its existing relationship with the nation's largest retailer, which brings the total annualized value of commitments from the retailer to over 8 million. Is that 8 or 3? 8 million. So this is popping here. We got a nice little bull flag right in here. If you ask me, right, we had a nice little impulse move right up to about 240, consolidating here right around the 2 line. You love to see that consolidation around the round number. Should make it fairly easy to trade. This also lines up with the VWAP quite nicely. Got a nice little range in here, 184 to 215. If we break out of that, we should see an extended move. Otherwise, we might chop around in here. So here we go on BOF. Did you have anything else on this one that you wanted to go over?
No, you covered the contract. This company is in food dehydration products, so that's essentially what their business is. Just they got a new way of dehydrating fruits and things of that nature for packaged packaging and selling. They do have a 2.45 million share float, so again, easy to move around. That 8 million annualized revenue, that seems pretty good considering I think that I saw that they were beneath that in terms of market cap. So that might, 4.73 as of yesterday million for the market cap. So I think that'll help push that market cap up because we've already seen that this morning. So
Speaking
how high
of
that goes.
Sorry, I thought you were done. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say just as far as how high this goes, not quite sure. My next level is 255.
Speaking of dehydrated fruit, you ever had dried apricots? They are delicious.
Mm-hmm.
They almost taste like candy in some instances. Really, really good stuff. Brett here is saying 13 as if I'm not even here. Okay. 13 short squeeze on Riley at the open. That's kind of what we were saying. It looks like it's already squeezed a little bit. Possible that it definitely squeezes right there out of the open. We did take a look at the short interest. Just keep in mind, Riley is already up 47%. So just be careful.
I don't know how much more this is going to squeeze out. I'd say maybe if you're looking for an upside target, you have the 500-day SMA at 38.24. So that's potentially an upside target, but I don't know how much more juice this has left in it. It might squeeze later on in the day too. You could get that action as well.
MTC here, this one popping a little bit on volume. This popped yesterday a little bit. Don't really have any news here. This is kind of a smaller stock. Float 200 million, so smaller in price, but not necessarily in share structure. To me, this is one to avoid personally. Ticker MTC. We'll see if this gives a setup here, but again, initially here, I'd be looking for something else other than this one. Did you have anything on MTC?
This has a lot of shares in the float, so I'm not sure we're going to get the price action.
That's kind of what I'm looking at. I see that we're popping here. I don't know what kind of action we're going to get. Next one here, I feel a little bit better about. This is VRT, Veritiv Holdings. We've actually talked about this one on the show a number of times. Veritiv Holdings shares are trading higher after the company reported better than expected Q1 financial results and raised its 2024 guidance. We got a nice little flag here in the pre-market. I have this marked off in my Trade the Pool software. So if we go over here, you can see I'm actually looking for this one to give us a trade setup. Let's see if we end up breaking up or breaking down. And if we do, should be able to kind of trade this using that setup. So we'll take a look here on VRT. Did you have anything else on VRT? And I know we got 3 minutes just under until we open up.
No, I didn't cover this one.
Okay.
I think there was something I saw right away with that. I was like, I'm just not going to deal with it. But let me take a look real quick and see what that was.
And while you're doing that here, some mentions here in the chat. Riley breaking VWAP for the first time. I guess second time. I guess it had a candle earlier that plunged beneath it, but we reclaimed it. So Riley breaking breaking down through the VWAP. We'll see what kind of setup we get. If we even get a setup on this. Minute 30 till we open here. We are getting ready. I'm actually going to flip over to my main workspace here in Benzinga Pro. Go ahead.
Yeah, VRT had a rather large float, and so I was just like, maybe not. But if you find the ability to trade it, go for it. Trade it. By all means, don't let me talk you out of it. But I just don't know that we're going to get some significant price action with a float this large. So that's just my opinion on it.
Okay. There we go. We are at a minute until we open here. I'm actually going to be today. I'm going to be heading off just a couple of minutes early just to make sure I catch my flight. But we'll have Zunade and 13 land the plane safely for you folks and continue on with the rest of our day here. So good luck.
Looks like AMST is not waiting for the bell.
We are not surprised to see that. Looking like we're going to try and take another leg up here. AMST.
Yeah. The next target I have for the upside of that is, how about this? Where's Voodoo, or not Voodoo? Where's Wisdom? The next upside target for that one is 420. Hello, nurse. AI.
Okay. Wisdom is probably still sleeping, but we just put the pot leaf into the sky. We'll see if he shows up. Okay, SPY trading up here before the bell off that 506 level. AMST moving up here. CSSE, this is chicken soup for the soul. This is a penny stock that's breaking down. We'll see.
There we go.
Jay Summer says, be wary of AMST. Here we go. We are open.
All right, AMST headed up.
Riley, first move here is down. See if it holds on to 30 on ticker RILY.
Now, I haven't put any levels in for Riley, but I do have EMAs up, and the next one I have on my 5-minute chart is going to be down at 227.
Oh, thank you very much, STFU. I really appreciate that. But don't worry, my plane is not a Boeing. Probably too soon. VRT knifing. Let's take a look and see what VRT is doing. Okay, so we broke the bottom of this channel. Let's see if we get a setup here on VRT. I was watching AMST. Looks like it was trying to move out of the open here, although that's coming back in.
You know, it was really interesting, and this is not something we talked about yet today, but Soundhound had a nice day yesterday. Got all the way up to 430. I'm sorry, 440. I'll get that number right. 440 came back in, and we ripped in the pre-market. Now it looks like it might want to try to take that out. It's 455 pre-market. So
real quick here on B Riley. Notice that the 200-day moving average I had at 3182. We actually traded above that in the pre-market, so we did test that 200-day on the upside before coming back in here. Thank you, Cal. Brett,
don't look now, but Root's higher from yesterday's close.
Oh, so. How about that? Root getting jiggy a little bit.
Yeah, AMST coming back in after that.
Riley bouncing a little there.
Let's see if
AMST still back into the range. Sorry, AMST.
No, yeah, I was just seeing that it popped, came back in. I guess this is going to be the first level of support here at 355. If that can't hold, then I probably think VWAP would be next.
TPET penny stock moving here. I'm probably not going to come back to this one though, folks. Sorry about that.
Interesting that
SOUN big knife out of the open here.
Yeah, not good.
BOF
BOF hasn't taken out $2 yet. I guess we'll call it $2. Still in this sideways consolidation since pre-market, since this morning. So we'll see if this can ever break out of consolidation. But I thought it would have had to make that move by now. So might see some downside here if we don't get that move soon.
Yeah, here is that range. We'd be interested in that range if we can break out and test it. Let's take a look at coin. Dees is saying coin is cratering. Coin trading down here 3 points. So on volume. So scary looking candle, but not horrific.
Oh, well, yeah, we're getting some real big selling out of Bitcoin right now.
Yeah, we are. Bitcoin at the lows here, 65,750 on the futures. By the way, Riley here reversing and going higher on B Riley. That's ticker RILY.
Now this looks like a squeeze.
Voodoo is letting you know that he has a nurse app. It's called Bourbon.
Nice.
GL continuing higher here, 17 points higher than that 60 level that we looked at here. Just awesome stuff.
Well, make sure you give it a good review there, Voodoo.
DJT trading up off of that 31 level. BSX looks like this is a little bit of continuation. This was 69 yesterday, 73 here today.
For upside DJT, I have EMA at 3280. That's a 200 EMA on the 5-minute, and then after that, I have 3340 as another upside target.
MTC here, which we talked about a little bit earlier. I think someone's in this. This looking like this is trying to take the pre-market high off. MTC.
Riley trying to push up to the pre-market high of 3443.
Well, I think this confirms Jay Rice saying that this was a squeezer. So we're going to give Jay Rice a one up there. Someone was asking if they thought this was going to squeeze out of the open. I was kind of waffling on it. It's kind of waffling on it. But look, here we go. It's exactly what we're getting here.
Yeah, and that's fine. This can do whatever it wants. I'm a little worried about this, about what this is going to do. Could knife again? Could this absolutely rock it? I'll find something else to trade.
Here, 34.43 was your pre-market high. We are approaching that level right now here on Riley.
BOF
took it out.
BOF came down, so that it's that trying to break above too long didn't really work out. Also seeing some other names in here like NKGN, INDO. I'm going to take a look at those.
Okay, Poet also getting mentioned here by Smoke Tuna. That's popping here. I did want to take a look at BOF. Jay had mentioned earlier, so this is now breaking through that 182. Let's see if this comes back and gives us an option. Real quick, Jay was mentioning that a typical 7-Eleven does more annual revenue than BOF does. That's something to keep in mind here. Stock looks like this. I thought that was entertaining too. Stock coming back in here a little bit. See if we get in. Yep.
And NKG, it had a nice up move out of the open, but the volume doesn't look too great. INDO, on the other hand, that still looks like it has some left in the tank. Upside target for that that's next is 515. Starting to slow down though, so we'll see. But INDO, I mean, this is an energy play, so this might be good on days where energy is really, really rocketing.
AMST here pushing to new highs. Riley printed 35s and then was rejected at 35. This kind of reversing now. I've got the VWAP on Riley at 31.82. We're currently at 33.30. 333. Okay, sorry.
If it can hold that 32 level, that would be good for more upside in Riley.
We'll see if it ends up holding that. Coming back in here a little bit. NKGN getting mentioned by the chat. Just popping a little bit here. How's AMST doing? Is that still going? That's slowing down here at that 410. A little bit of size there.
All right. So IBRX that was getting mentioned by Market Sniper, continuation from yesterday, had a nice pop up to 561. Looks like it might be trying to put in some kind of bull flag or pennant over the next 10, 15 minutes or so. So we'll see if this one continues upwards or not. Looks like we're having some. It looks pretty good. I mean, the next level I have for upside is 580. I'll wait and see for this flag to take shape before I make a decision on this. I want to see a few more minutes worth of candles.
Jane, nice trade there on AMST, ringing the register there, selling into the strength as this comes back in. You just love to see that. You just love to see that.
Nice.
Bought a little DKNG this morning, Jay, saying this is an NFL draft play. Yeah, I agree with that. I'd be interested to see which one of these ends up working out. I mean, I think we did this around the Super Bowl. Didn't necessarily work, did it? I'd have to go back and look at the chart on that day. I don't think it did. It sold off. I think it's right in here.
We talked about how it
ran into the Super Bowl and then sold off on the event. Exactly.
Yep. That's the way that one trades. And great job mentioning Sizu Al, or is it AI or Al? I'm pretty sure it's Al, right? That one had just popped right to 1046 through the resistance level of 10 yesterday. That 10 was a big level for the stock yesterday. Couldn't get through that after 3 tries.
VRT actually reversed here. This looking pretty good. The one thing on BOF looks like this actually retested that 182 level and then went lower here. This could have, I probably should have shorted that one. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, that one had a bull
AMST
flag and it didn't work
snaps to
out.
430. Here it goes. Sorry, 13. Didn't mean to run you over there.
Yeah, I got all kinds of levels with this one. Next upside target would be 475.
All of you folks that are on AMST here today, one up for all of you. Make sure you're selling into the strength and booking some of those gains, even if it's just partial. Really good stuff. Apple at the highs.
Is it now? Let's see what else here.
A-Lab still moving for you, Jay? It's a decent day yesterday. That sell-off on Friday, this has actually been good. Some of the ex-girlfriends coming around here. Cattle being mentioned by Sally. Just to be clear on that, cattle was what I was referring to as the ex-girlfriend. Sorry, Sally.
Oh, no worries.
Like how you answered.
I know what you meant.
CZOO going to the highs here. By the way, Riley is pulling back to the VWAP now. Yeah. So maybe we get a bounce here in B Riley.
That would be the hope. We had some pretty good consolidation here in the pre-market. So this would be a decent demand zone if we can get the buyers to come in. If not, then the next level down is probably what we did this morning, or right out of the gate, where we got down to under 30. I still like the 65 EMA if we do head down though.
This is bouncing a little bit here. Definitely should look at that. Look at that. Buying that weakness would have been it right there in B. Riley. Just sat on the sidelines a little too much.
Well, let's
nice
see.
Little move in there.
INDO. I mean, that was I like that.
INDO or INOD?
INDO.
Okay, because INOD is also snapping to the highs here, 630.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just waiting for that one to do its thing. I think if it gets up to 7, I'll take half off the table. Looks like BOF might be trying to find a bottom. We'll have to see if that's what it's doing. MST coming back in now.
Go back to Pro here.
And IBRX still trying to push higher to 580 where I have that next level. Sizu still waiting for that to unhalt.
Big knife on AMST. Jane, great job selling. I know you can just kind of watch this knife, maybe even take another stab at it if it works out for you. Awesome job, folks. Anyone that paid themselves on the way up to avoid that knife, great work. CZOO 1046. This is halted, right? I haven't seen this move. Yes, this is halted. Yep.
Yes, it is. Kind of just waiting to see what happens when that
sure.
unhalts. I think it seems like we could get 11, but I don't want to make any predictions.
Boeing here reversing and giving up some of its earnings gains here. This will be interesting to see if this can hold. Levels to watch for here. Pre-market area was 171.5. Yesterday's close was right here around 168. Those levels definitely interesting to watch if Boeing keeps selling. Travis, looks like you're looking at Riot on this Bitcoin move here. Riot, big move out of the gate here. Does Mara have something similar? Indeed. Indeed. Those Bitcoin names really kind of moving off the lows.
How
are the chips doing this morning? NVIDIA. Well, this was higher in the after hours off the back of that report yesterday. So
Sizu open and blasted off through 11 to 11:45.
Kazoo.
Yep.
What a company. What a name.
Mm-hmm. Every time it makes new highs, you should have like a kazoo on your soundboard. You can just push.
Oh man, that's I never liked those things. I thought remember the Vuvuzuela for one of the World Cups years ago?
12:22. Sorry to interrupt, but this thing is on fire. Yeah, I think you're right, STFU. It's gonna be halting soon if it keeps this up. As a matter of fact, I think it's about to happen. And halted?
12:22 halted.
All right.
Oh no.
No,
this is actually
not quite yet.
Yep, not quite.
There it
is. There it is.
Well, early again.
Trade the pool here. The Brazil World Cup. Yeah, man, those things. If I could never hear that sound again, it would be too soon. Not going to be adding that to the soundboard. VRT looking like it's going for the top end of that range. This move from 89. B. Riley broke down from that VWAP. So that bounce, wow, that was real short-lived.
I mean, it might not be done with that bounce, but it needs to kind of break down from 31 in order to kind of really accelerate the downside, I think.
VIX getting crushed here this morning. SPY up at 507. Looks like it's going to try for those pre-market highs on this pulse right here.
Let me see what you're looking at here because I like the daily chart too. Okay, yeah.
Boeing continuing to come in. Go ahead. Sorry.
If we can, no worries. If we can get that, the rejection at that pre-market high, that would be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I've got the actual pre-market high here, 507.56. Have another pre-market high here at 507.32. We were rejected on that one already.
Kalu, thank you. ABVC. This one I kind of had on my radar this morning because I thought there was I thought there was something going on with it. My notes, I have no news, question mark, filing, question mark. It was moving this morning. I couldn't find any reason why it was moving, but I noticed there was a filing that was done yesterday. I think it may be off of that, but I didn't read it, so I'm not sure why it's moving. But thank you for that mention. Oh wow, we're still looking at 17 for Sisu. Hey, if you get that, hell yes.
I mean, that's a monster. Sisu 17. That's a huge move.
I hope you get that. You're probably already in it, right, Robert? Oh, STFU, it's dropping like a rock. Maybe a door fell off.
So is Riley, by the way. So B Riley really kind of coming back in here as well.
Okay, well,
look at VRT.
27.45 is where I have the 65 EMA on the 5-minute. That would be my first. That would be my best guess as to where we see some support on this next down move if we don't get it from 30.
Guys, let's check out Mullen. Just kidding. I had to bring it up. It's going vertical out of the gate. I had to say something.
Oh,
say something about it. DJT reversing.
Jim, it's Zach again for ABVC, and then Tuna, you're saying it's squeezing. Let's see, ABVC. Let me see this metric here.
AMST after that nasty knife looked like it's trying to go for the highs. 428 has some size. Looks like that's going to get tested right here. AMST.
So is the reason it's I guess I'm a little confused on why we're getting the short interest the way it is with ABVC, because we didn't have the short interest and all of a sudden it got to 17 and we have 1 day to cover. So it's a little bit of an interesting read here on the short interest, but oh wow, look at B Riley go. Give me that 65 EMA.
Yeah. I mean that B Riley really kind of reversing here.
No, nice, Kalu.
Did Zach Morris jump on Mullins? Man, I don't know, Jay. I don't know why I think that's funny. It's just I could see that. AMST right here at 420. This actually looks like it's going to try to go higher here.
Oh gosh, where's wisdom?
It's struggling with this 420 area, so maybe we pull back towards the VWAP. Don't have great entry up here. This would be gambling just to buy this right here.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get some more sell orders getting put into. Just kind of watching.
Matthew asking about Pan W. This has been Pan W. This is great. I'd actually, you know what? Honestly, a little bit of a pullback today on Pan W would be great for me, because one of the things that you'll notice is really started to push off that 200-day recently. We stopped right here at the 50-day. So if we come back in a little bit and then it's kind of set up to move up again, I would actually take this as a swing. I have no position in Pan W at the moment, but I would like it. I'd really, really like for this to come in a couple of bucks. The Riley pullback, we're still talking about, started at 848. This was inevitable, says STFU. That must not be Eastern time.
That was a great call on AMST. That pulled just about a minute later after you said it didn't look. It was gambling. So
yeah. That there was no spot there. That looked like that was going to kind of fall out there.
Caesar just opened.
And big pull.
Watch for the bars come in at VWAP, which is about 1071. Or actually just moved. What is that? 1088. That's what I have it at.
I have 1097 as the VWAP. And this is the big pull here on this.
Mm-hmm. What's going on with Riley?
It's bouncing off the 28 level. Currently almost 30, trying to retake 30 on Riley. That looks like a dead cat to me, honestly. Sisu trying to go higher here after that knife. This thing all over the damn place.
Yes, it is. Let's take a look at Riley here.
Tesla actually looking like it's tropes. Where is my cursor? Oh my God. Here's Tesla actually looking like this is trying to go higher here. Watch a 164 break on Tesla.
Sees you pushing 13. There it is. Volume still looks good. I don't know that we're going to keep getting that same kind of volume.
Netflix giving up some of its gains from yesterday. Got a ways to go here to get down to that 560 area. Riley bounce looks like it might be slowing down right here.
INDO still looks like it wants to maybe go higher. If we just get a little bit more volume in this, we could take out that 481. Wissa going to not Alyssa. Wissa is by the saying the crow is saying Wissa $7 plus in his opinion. Take a look at Wissa.
GL looks like it's about to print 80s. What a move on GL. I feel really bad that I missed this one. This would have just been an awesome trade. Got to these more of these short reports that really don't look like they're going to hold. Yeah. We even talked about it. That's the most frustrating part for me. We literally ran down the thesis here on the show together. I still didn't buy it. I got no one to blame but myself. Massive move here, GL. AMST still holding above 4.
Well, it might be good. I think if it, I'm not going to make any predictions with that.
VRT, man, this just this looking like this was going to try and break out of this area, but we're just going to keep trading in there. Keep an eye on this one, but I don't know. I don't know if this is going to get rolling here today. That's some AMD calls came across the wire. It looked like AMD continuing to trade up. Looks like we might be trying for some new highs here. AMD.
Oh, there goes INDO. Holy cow.
Ryan, you were right on Riley was a dead cat and it's going to 26. Okay, so you think this is going to roll over again and take another leg down. What was the ticker that you were just looking at?
Oh, INDO. Just I was mentioning a moment ago how it looked like it was going to try to take out that earlier high, and it did, but now it's coming back in. Still looking to see if it might be able to hit 515. That's the next upside target, but again, need more volume.
Yeah, Matthew, Humana, man, this really hasn't worked. I tried this after its first pullback, figured there was a bottom there with institutional buyers. Today we had good earnings. It's given up all of it and gone green to red. I mean, there will be a time for Humana. I'm not sure if this is it at the moment. Maybe it does bottom out here.
Looks like AMST is going to try again here. It's got to get through 420 where there's a lot of shares in the way.
This consolidating right here. That 420 is the area that stopped it before. So watch that area again.
Yeah, I noticed that too, SCFU. It was having trouble getting over that. So maybe it kind of comes back in a little bit like it has been doing, and then it tries again later. That's kind of what I would be hoping for at this point. So we'll have to see what the price action is.
Riley, 2.5 point bounce here, back up to 30.50.
And now and now it's going to test VWAP as resistance. So
Riley, I've got Riley VWAP at 31.80.
Yeah, so if it gets up there, I'd expect there to have a hard time to get through it now that it went from support to resistance. Is INOG going to give me some more? This thing has got low volume in it. I was picking this up earlier this week because it was hitting levels.
Apple at the highs.
Soundhound went down out of the gate like you had mentioned, and it recovered. We're right back where we started.
Yeah, it was actually a nice little move through the VWAP too. Consolidated for a few minutes before going higher here. GL 80 prints. GL above 80. AMST pull to the VWAP.
Yeah. Yeah, those wicks are not looking great.
Nope. And now here at the VWAP, I mean, I could make a case to try and trade this right off the VWAP, but again, looking at those wicks, I don't know how much strength there is to the upside.
Yeah, I see that. I was just about to say, no, I was just looking at CZU, and I was about to mention that it's still trying to get that 1250. STFU and I are watching the same thing here.
Riley might get a rejection at the VWAP on this bounce.
That's kind of what I'm looking
TXN, interesting. This broke out of its little range.
Take a look at Amazon today, because I'm kind of really on that whole thing with Bezos selling in February. I haven't mentioned it on live trading, but one of the things I've noticed is, and this is kind of obvious too, because we're all kind of expecting consumer weakness. So naturally, you expect some companies like Amazon to be down in the future on that consumer weakness. So one of the things that's happened so far this year is Jeff Bezos sold 8.5 billion shares, worth in shares of his stock. Last time he did that was in 2021. He sold 10 billion over the course of that entire year. I think he did a whole bunch in May, a whole bunch in November. So that was ahead of the drop in 2022 and the bottoming in 2023. So him selling now, I'm using that as kind of a gauge for the consumer weakness. And that's kind of a foreshadowing that I believe that we're going to be seeing lower prices in Amazon soon. So I think maybe we'll see the price come back up. He'll sell there, and then that'll be the last time, and then we'll probably start breaking down like we did in 2022. But anyway, that's just kind of something I'm watching, keeping an eye on his selling, because that has preceded the drop in the market.
Bezos yacht needs gas.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, that could be the case.
Probably.
That could be the case. AMST back down to the VWAP here. Actually looked like it wicked beneath it, trying to break it. I think this probably goes lower here, AMST. Riley, that bounce kind of stopped there at 30.5, just about. Let's see if that 26 level STFU that you gave, let's see if that materializes here, if we break some of these.
There goes
downside.
There goes Wissa. Great call on that.
NVIDIA accelerating selling to the downside here. How's SMCI holding in there? That also knifed big time. That thing's volatile. Careful
That
with
was
that
awesome.
one.
That was an awesome call on Wissa. Let's see, make sure I get the correct credit. I want to say it was Jay, but I'm not sure. Somebody help me out here. Who mentioned Wissa?
Smoked tuna.
Smoked tuna. Thank you, Smoked tuna. Great call. I played that. That was really good. It was just kind of hanging out around the 560 area, and then it just took off.
Tesla looked like that kind of slowed down here, 163.
AMST.
Riley's still coming in a little bit here. AMST is what you're looking at there. Holding right at the VWAP.
Just kind of cycling through those, and that's what I noticed, is that it's not necessarily breaking down, but it has a whole bunch of sell orders right above this price here. And we're going to either need some buyers to come in just hand over fist, or to get it back up, or this thing's probably going to end up going down. I don't like the MACD on this one either. Looks like we're probably going to get some more selling.
Here's BOF. BOF looks like this is trying to go through the VWAP here. 190 seems to be a pretty decent spot. I see some size at 195.
Yeah, it's got to get through the supply that it put in the pre-market now.
Yeah, it looks like it's so far getting rejected here at the VWAP.
Look at the sell orders from 190 to $2. That's quite
a lot. Yeah, it's got to get through there. Looks like it is kind of holding on this this range right here.
Yeah.
It's 185 spot. What do I have the VWAP at? 185. They just took it.
There goes INOD.
INOD through that 630, popped 5 cents there. Netflix still pounding the lows on Netflix.
Netflix is selling off today. Is that what I'm
Netflix, yeah, it's nothing but red candles out of the open, giving back a lot of its gains from yesterday.
Yeah, rotating out of Netflix and into Tesla.
Tesla's still, it's holding higher here. We talked about Tesla earlier. How's Uber and Lyft doing? Just out of curiosity. Uber lower. Lyft kind of holding in there. Here's 190 up on BOF. So here we go on BOF. Watch this 190 spot. Some size here and then more at 195. These two spots are going to be important. We literally just talked about these. That 180 spot, that 180 buy spot looking pretty good. We have that almost marked off perfectly here on this channel. I've got it at 182, but right in there, 179 and 182.
It looks like it's chewing through 190 right now, or trying to.
It is. Now, I think I just saw some get added back on there. Yeah, some more. So it looks like they're refreshing that.
So there's a little bit of a fight happening there. It looks like it's going to try to push to 195 at least. There we go.
There it goes. Now right through 190, right to that 195 spot. Okay, so the levels that we've identified here, spot on. Now 13, you had mentioned some more size above.
There we
198 and 2, and they're hitting it. Great trading.
Yeah.
Be sure to trim into this one.
Yeah, that's a lot of order. Oh, wow, they're just chewing right through it. And we're
Here we go. Here, your
Holy
highs
crap.
at 205 has some more size here. Volume looking real good here on BOF. This is the expansion that we're always looking for. 214, top end of the pre-market range there.
They really don't want the buyers to have two. They keep hitting it so hard. Just look at all the orders that keep coming in and pushing it. Now we're getting some weakness.
Yeah, now here's the 205, though. Watch it try to move right back through it. BOF. This was a really good trade here off that 180 curl. Great job, anyone that took that one.
Folks, it's been some pretty good trading this morning. How's everybody else doing?
Just want to get my flight done, bro. Your volume changed a little.
Volume changed a little.
I don't understand. What am I missing?
I mean, I don't know if he's referring to your actual volume or if it's just a tone in your voice that changed.
Don't know. Don't know what he's referring to. This 205 level on BOF. Watch for this to get hit. I think they try and take it.
Oh, what a fight. This is so fun to watch.
More size above at 210 if this breaks here.
And the sell could be quite quick too. There we go. Through 205. Trying to take 210.
Right to 210 like we talked about. Remember 214 top end of the pre-market range. My mic is right in front of me. It's right here. It's right in front of me. So when I'm talking into it like this, I have a consistent volume. And then when I look away and talk, it probably changes. That would be my guess. 209, nice little pullback there on BOF.
Yeah,
Sally mentioning that Zim is pushing again. Zim has had a good couple of days here. Still holding Zim from deep red.
Yeah, I think Zoltan did really well.
I think he did too.
And we are headed towards yesterday's high of 1167.
Look at ENPH. So this got hammered on earnings yesterday. We've had 2 red to green moves here this morning already. ENPH.
Looks like Riley's still trying to retake 30. Volume is really slowed down in this.
Yeah, this kind of going through price discovery at the moment.
All right.
Tesla highs.
Got to think that CZU might be turning around at some point here. It needs to get back above VWAP, but we've put in some pretty good down moves. It's got some candles beneath, or some wicks beneath it that make me think that this is trying to get, the buyers are trying to come in and bid this up. So we'll see. Got to get back above 1193. Oh man, I know you're absolutely gorgeous.
Good day for 13 here. I was not in that INOD. Not in that INOD at all.
Yeah, I like to see what Andy says about that. We've got Caesar trying to push through VWAP right now.
Trying to reclaim here. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Come on. Keep on pushing, Sizu. Yeah, there is quite a bit of volatility, huh?
Tesla's starting to accelerate to the upside here ever since it took out that 164 area.
It has been a good day.
AMST still breaking down. Maybe it's trying to bottom here. See AMST.
I know we talked about WISA already. It had a nice move. It looks like it's setting up to make another move.
BOF setting up to go through this area with a lot of orders. Again, 207 to 210 here. Tons of stock for sale.
I have 239 as the after hours high yesterday and 253 as the upside target after that. Yeah, Zim pushing. Sorry, folks. I'm just trying to look and see what's next. Man, that BOF, that it took a little bit longer than I thought this morning, but it's doing good now.
It's doing it. And it's at that area again where it needs to kind of take that out here.
Big buyer, where you at? Come on in and make this happen.
Tesla's still going. David, are you on Tesla here? Because this was a good one. This was a good spot. At that 164 level, as soon as that fell, this kept moving. Riley retook 31.
Mm-hmm. Might get another test of VWAP here.
Yep. BOF right to 217, so it moved right through that. Got to be selling here.
Yeah, Riley's
on that move.
MACD looking like it's starting to curl. Not necessarily saying that it's going to break out and make new highs, but it's it could see some more upward strength.
Boom, boom, boom. Great job here, folks. Great job here on all of this stuff.
Yeah, and I've noticed folks are getting out and taking profits at a really opportune time, so that they're not getting caught in these things, because this tape has been pretty red. So
yeah, I'm noticing some more consistency here. Jay Rice saying Tesla. I'm not sure if you noticed this, but short interest at a 3-year high. No, I actually did not notice that. I did not notice that. So maybe those shorts might get punished here, though, Jay. Honestly.
Yeah, HKD can have a green candle all at once. I ain't touching it.
Yeah.
By all means, trade it if you can trade it. It's just a very, very junky name. Really moves quite volatilely. I wouldn't touch it. That's just me, though. I know I would get killed in that if I tried. BOF. Wow, it's such a great move. Now all I want to do is have it hold $2. If we hold $2, we could see that upside we were talking about. Ooh, INDO with an ugly knife. Oh wow. INOD went all up, had a 692.
Oh, that was an ugly knife.
Yeah, and then INOD, the anagram, had a big old pop to 692 and then came right back in. Make sure I have an order out for there to take some off the table. What a great move in this one.
13, I'm going to drop for just 1 second here.
Sure. I'll take a look at BAC that Daniel Torres is mentioning. What's going on with Bank of America today? Okay, so it looks like we had a little bit of a pop just a second ago. I guess if what we're looking for here is just if we're going to, continue going up. I mean, we're breaking out of a well, not necessarily breaking out, but we're trading slightly above this April 1st high that we put in of 38.35. I really couldn't say how much higher this goes. I personally own this one for a long term dividend play, but as far as levels go, I guess we could say maybe 40 even would be a great upside target. I'm not quite sure what we're looking for here in BAC, but looks like it has the strength to maybe go a little bit higher. Gotta watch the RSI. It's at 64. Once we get into the 70s, then it's like it's gonna be a little bit too overbought. So just be careful with that one. Met price targets had meetings, foreclosed on people's dreams, pushed forward Satan's agenda on Earth, and had a fun potluck. So basically a typical Wednesday. Okay. Well, so can you tell me where the headquarters of BAC is then? No problem, Daniel. Sorry I couldn't give you more. Hey, Ryan, do you have any color you could add to Bank of America? I'm just in this one for the long haul. So short-term price action, I'm not really paying attention to in this one, but it looks like it wants to try to go higher. But I think $40.
Chart's been really good. Chart's been really good. I worked for this company. Full disclosure, I absolutely hate them. I would never own the stock. That's a very personal thing for me. Don't know really what else to say. Worked with a lot of really crappy people at Bank of America.
All right, there you go, Daniel.
Again, don't really know what to say. BOF here really struggling with that 214 area. High print here, 218.
CZU still trying to get back above 1193.
Maybe only in Canada, Crow. ENPH continuing its move up after its red to green move post earnings.
BOF still bodes well for upside as long as it can keep doing that.
Daniel says, not a fan of the bank, but I am a fan of money. Well done.
Yes.
Yeah, no, if it makes you money, hit it. Hit it. I have bad experiences with banks. Worked at Bank of America, worked at another bank that I don't think exists anymore. JP Morgan Chase charged me multiple overdraft fees on Christmas Day when the bank wasn't even open. Just banks are they're just some of the absolute worst.
Yeah. I mean, I can get behind that, but like you said, I like money.
Yep.
So
I'm not telling any of you guys to like money less. Believe me.
I own stocks. I own stocks just because they're making me money. I don't own them.
Yeah.
There's stocks I don't own for any other reason. Like
but I mean, I do have some personal things. Like I will never buy Philip Morris. You can tell me however much money it's gonna be worth. Cigarettes killed my father. I'm not buying Philip Morris. Right. Period.
No, I got you.
It's not a right or a wrong thing. It's a me thing. It's just personal to me.
Right. And same thing when it comes to like who's. I'm not trying to make this a political thing, but don't forego trading just because of somebody who's in office. You'll if you did that, depending on who's in office, you're missing out on some really good bull runs that we've had over the past 2 or 3 administrations. So I don't think it's in anybody's interest to have that being the reason why they're not going to invest in stocks. So that's just my opinion, though.
Wissa, this actually holding here and looks like this might try and curl up and go higher. Good morning, stay focused, doing all right. Hey, how about Tesla moving higher here today?
BOF might be moving higher here.
Uber
go.
moving lower in accordance with that.
Got to 220, it looks like. Yep.
220 is your high print, some size above. This BOF, this has been a really good mover, folks. We've been on this one from the beginning. This was on the list this morning.
Root new intraday highs, 62.
Look at the Netflix chart. Look at the Netflix chart.
Oh,
Big
nice.
move down, 16-point down.
Well, you know, it kind of needed to. It still needs to go down, in my opinion. I think this thing might be a little bit overvalued.
Poet, little bit of a crack there.
Yeah, what do you think? Do you think we fill this gap? It looks like we might do that.
Which one? I'm sorry, which ticker?
On Netflix, the floating island that it put in.
Yeah, this might be where it looks like we're coming down to that. I've got that at about what, 536. We tested that area before.
Yeah,
that fills down to what, 498. I would like that for a trade.
And what's also really nice about this is that you have the 200-day SMA coming right up to that level too. So that would be a good meeting, a gap fill meeting the 200-day SMA. That'd be great.
And Jay mentioning that Spot gave a lot of its earnings back too. Indeed. I actually don't even think I brought this up here yet today, Jay. This has given back a lot of it. This was above 315 already.
It is getting support from the 20-day SMA at the moment. Still, I mean, it's in the process of filling a gap.
Stay focused, shorting Uber here. That was a great move out of the gate.
Yeah.
It actually might be bottoming here at 68.5.
BOF couldn't get above 220, got rejected. Still above $2 even though. I think somebody was asking about INOD. Sorry if I missed it. Jay Jacobs, any target for INOD? Well, I would like to see this go over $10 like it originally was. The thing with INOD is that it had a short report that the CEO really didn't address too much until earnings came around. And it's, you know, kind of been on its way down ever since. I did have some levels that I started buying this at. One of them was 557. That was my starting level. I have others beneath that I was planning on adding to, but it doesn't look like we're getting there at the moment. So as far as upside for selling into this strength, I have one order to sell at 7. My next one will probably be, I think I'll sell at 885, maybe 880. But after that, I'd like to wait until we get over 10. So
and real quick here, my thing on INOD here, 12, $15 is my price target on a move up if we can sustain it. I just don't have a position in this yet. The first time I've traded this, I went from 4 to 11. Next time I traded it, I think it was from 6 to 13. I'd be looking at anywhere between 12 and 15 for a potential closing of that swing trade from these levels.
So there you go.
There you go.
Those are the levels we have. SPY ping-ponging? I'm going to take a look at SPY.
SPY looks like this might be trying to drop, right? This looks like this is the kind of that messy price discovery here. Maybe we kind of roll back over. Let's see if that 503 acts as support if this does come back in. That was one of the levels that you've had on your SPY chart for a while.
I mean, give it to me. I wanted to see the price action today where we kind of opened higher and then traded and traded right down. This is exactly what I wanted to see out of the broader market. So, you know, if this continues and we continue to head down and put that bear flag in and have it resolve the way it's supposed to, we'll be trading beneath the lows that we put in last week in no time. This is what I'm looking for. One can dream.
Jay mentioning transport's down here today. That's impacting UPS and FedEx. Both those stocks moving lower here today.
Is that all transportation? Is that shipping as well? I'm going to take a look at some of these.
Here's the FedEx chart. Looks a little bit worse than the UPS one does.
Zoltan saying it is taking off. CTRI taking off. Is that what he's talking about? Oh, okay. Okay. CTRI, Zoltan, help remind me. This is the I remember this is the utility play, but this is the one where they it's like interconnecting between utility service providers, piping, infrastructure. This is an infrastructure play, right? Big infrastructure play.
Yes, this is one that we talked about.
Okay. Yeah, this one it looks like it could really make some moves here, especially with these this insider buying. That's a lot of insider buying. Nice. All right. Looks like WISA is still trying to consolidate and go higher. Not sure if we're going to see that, but have to wait it out, I guess.
Lion mentioning here FDX and UPS down. It's a sign of a slowing economy. That's something we've been saying for a while here. I don't know if that's the point Jay was trying to make earlier, but that's definitely what we're seeing here. We're looking to play that. In fact, in my SPY outlook here today, that was one of the things that I had cited.
I'm going to scan through some of these other ones. Look at MLGO. That one's been moving.
This one actually looks like this is curling up out of this consolidation area. This actually looks pretty decent.
Yeah, it's just the volume kind of like a faucet. It turns on and off so far today. We get a burst of volume, then it just kind of goes away. Burst goes away. So this is right now. It's holy crap. It's still moving.
AMST looking like this might reclaim VWAP.
That was AMST? Okay.
Yeah. I don't really see a whole lot of...
Well, at least the demand zone down there from the pre-market trading, helped turn it around. But we have VWAP at... I have it at 371, so we'll see what happens when it gets up there.
I've got it at 370. It's about the same thing.
Yeah, STFU. I would think that those are closely attached. Absolutely.
EQT here looking like this is trying to trade higher.
Oh, so Soundhound. That one I mentioned earlier that knifed out of the gate, traded back up, and now we're trying to break the pre-market levels that it put in this morning. I have a 455 as a level I drew a long time ago, and it's been trying to get above that all morning. So that'll be a level to watch for.
Jonathan, how much weight will tomorrow's GD print have? I think this is probably mid, right? Like if you're talking about importance here, I think this is probably a middle of the road in terms of importance.
This is one of the things that the Fed is going to be watching for, the GDP to drop. They want to see slowing of the economy so they can, feel better about cutting rates. So this is going to be the GDP print is going to be tied to potential rate cuts or lack thereof. So I think that would be where the weight's going to carry with this report. And yes, the inflation number Friday, the PCE report, that's more important. Yes,
yeah, and this is exactly the point that I was making. Thank you, Jay, for saying it more succinctly. GDP not as important as the inflation number on Friday. I completely agree with that.
Oh, BOF had a big old knife. Oh, I'm sure, Lynn, I'm sure Ryan has his bags right next to him and he's just ready to walk out the door.
I'm actually a little, I've got everything ready to go here. Uber's on the way. Just like I said, anxious to get to the airport and get on the plane. It's an Embraer. It's not a Boeing. I'm probably pronouncing that right. Let me look that up.
Oh gosh. I got to show you something. Remember I was talking about AV earlier this week?
Yeah.
Look at it. I saw this and I was like, man, I wish I had, done
this. Your daily chart up here. We actually talked about this yesterday. This actually looks
Yeah.
like this is moving to highs here. AVAV.
Yeah.
This is actually a pretty decent swing on
Had
AVAV.
a great move yesterday, and I've been talking about it since before this move. And I feel dumb for not taking this down when it was around 140, but can't be in everything. Crow mentioning AVTX. Take a look at that. Oh, it's getting a pop after, this is another one where we have these the high volume candles, and then it kind of does nothing for 10, 15 minutes, and then it has another high volume candle. What are we looking at with the price target for AVTX?
I don't have one. Did we get asked that?
I was just kind of asking Crow if he
this is super low volume here.
Yeah. WISA getting mentioned. Okay, that one popped again. Looks like it's going to try for 655.
AMST breaking down. Here's WISA. This actually breaking up.
Yep. New intraday high. Got IBRX and INDO.
Netflix still pounding those lows. 559 here on Netflix.
AT&T hates. Well, they're too busy celebrating their earnings, I guess. So I'm sorry, Market Sniper.
and planning getting the dividend back up there. They're not listening to the. They're not listening to your chat loading here. EQT, we mentioned this earlier. This actually new highs here. This continuing to move higher.
By the way, they credit. Remember when AT&T had that outage from that software upgrade they were talking about? So that they're giving all their customers that were affected $5 credit on their bill.
$5 credit. That's still probably a lot, given how many customers they have. Yeah,
that's a lot of money. I know it might not seem a lot to the individual customer, but you just go ahead and add all that up. It's more than those customers might see in their lifetime.
Jay saying another lesson here. We talk about this all the time. I don't care if it's a big stock or a small stock. If you're actively trading, paying yourself on the way up, always trim. You don't have to give up your entire thing, but always trim. Here, ALAB, a really good example. This thing, $4 move intraday here. Jay's up on it, though. That's good stuff. Good stuff.
STFU mentioning EQT. What does this company do? Natural gas production company. Okay. Natural gas is going to be probably a really huge play in I don't know about this year, but in 2025 it could be a really big play. Maybe later this year it could be too. But what is going on here with this one? This looks like they got they just had earnings yesterday. Okay, so this is moving up on earnings. Okay.
Scanners dried up a little bit here. Yeah. Some of the same names we've been taking a look at. A lot of them have pinned just like this. This is Riley here, pinned right beneath the VWAP. BOF came back into the bottom end of that range, that 182. By the way, we just talked about trimming this again. Why, if you're actively trading, trim some of those positions. We were talking about really good entry being anywhere from 179 to 183 here, maybe even a little bit lower, 175 to 183 here. This had a big move up to 217. That should have been it for you. We were giving you play-by-play on that. So look at CLSK reversal here. This is Bitcoin is selling off here. Yeah. So huge reversal on CLSK. Same thing with Mara. Same thing with Riot here.
Riley's MACD, it looks like it's trying to curl, and the price's action is kind of sideways. So
VRT finally broke out of the bottom there. A lot of stuff moving lower here. So one of the things we were talking about is, were we going to have a third up day in a row here? Were we going to hold? So far, it looks like we're kind of moving towards the lows. Let's see if we go green-red. RBBN has Verizon news. That's what's holding this up here today.
Let me take a look and see what that is. Oh, they had earnings. Oh, new major network modernization program with Verizon.
Yeah, and earnings.
Yeah. Okay. So what does this company do then? Okay.
Network solutions and service providers and enterprise.
Okay. So they're just being contracted. Okay. Well, usually when a company like this
With
gets
some more highs.
gets a big customer, then that'll definitely do it. So
Netflix, more lows. What a move down in Netflix today. Spot was one of the other ones that we had talked about, kind of giving some of that up. Another pretty big move down here. That Netflix one even worse, though.
a lot of the Mag 7s turning around, going lower. NVIDIA is trying to hold up there, so is Microsoft and Apple. They're both under 1% up. Tesla, the only real strong Mag 7 today, which is fine because they've been absolutely weak up until earnings. With a break. Oh, yeah. So I guess 7's on deck here. So I'm just looking around for anything that's I'm noticing movement on. Sisu sideways. INDO might have found a bottom right in the same zone as the pre-market consolidation. AMST going lower, about to hit the 65 EMA on the 5-minute. B. Riley sideways. Soundhound making another
Bullet sideways. A lot of these things.
Taking another shot at the 455 level. This is the level it's been trying to close over since pre-market.
TROO Troops Inc. Not familiar with this one, but a really big pop here today.
A conglomerate group of various businesses with its headquarters based in Hong Kong.
Okay. Nope. Stay away.
Yep.
Tesla, we might be on the backside of this Tesla move. Maybe we don't squeeze here today. See Tesla puts getting bought into this down move, by the way.
Lion Atlas, thank you for bringing that up, because I think we were talking about some gold miners yesterday that have some pretty good charts. So if they're, we're going to get some reports.
Well, yeah, weren't we also talking about some of the oil names reporting at the end of the week?
Yeah, and we were talking about that too. So for the gold miners here that we got a mention for yesterday on our happy hour, we have FN as in Nancy, V, and NEM. So that is Franco-Nevada Corp and Newmont Corp.
Stay focused here, Ryan. SQ can potentially run. What say you? Yeah, as long as it holds this, right? So we actually had a nice little island in here. We were trying to figure out where we were going to go. We actually filled the gap to the bottom, or almost filled that gap to the bottom. This bounce back has taken us to the 50 and where the 20 converge. So I really want to see it actually get above that. But to your point, stay focused. Yes, if we do break above that, I could easily see this trading back up to the highs and then going even higher there on block. It's good that we filled this gap on the way back down. We didn't quite get to the 200. I'd feel better about it if we did get to that 200, but this looking pretty decent here.
Soundhound now trying to break out over that 455 level. Now, one thing I've been keeping an eye on is CSGP. This is not a low float stock, but this is a company that just had earnings yesterday. And
what was the ticker again?
CSGP. This is the company that's picking up Matterport.
Ah, CoStar. Okay.
Yeah, and they announced the launch of Homes.com. They successfully launched the monetization of Homes.com. So there's a lot of it looks like there's some coverage coming out on this. Not coverage, but analysts Needham for example, it's saying it's worth 107. It's got 99% institutional ownership. This looks like it's going to end up going higher. Let me look at this longer term chart here.
By the way, UPS and FedEx at the lows here. So that those transports that Jay was telling us about earlier, it looks like that hasn't gotten any better. UPS and FedEx still at the lows. The FedEx daily chart looks like it kind of wants to roll over and go lower. 200 day at 256 on that FedEx chart, 9 points away from where we're at right now. I actually wouldn't be shocked if that got tested. Sorry, 13.
No, our CSGP's got a good breakout level somewhere between 100 and 101. So that would be what I would be going for. It's also been had some pretty good selling into the earnings report. So getting a pop on that weakness, or buying into that weakness. But it looks like this is it could go higher up to that 107, maybe even higher than that. But that's just what I'm seeing with CSGP. I think this one's poised to do really well when we get the housing market cool off a bit, and people are able to start financing again and buy homes again.
MNDR still hold it in here. I'm just kind of looking around at some other names that we've been taking a look at. Netflix still at the lows. Apple's still trying to hold and move higher here on Apple.
INDO with a nice bounce off the 200 EMA on the 5-minute.
I think I tried to type INDO and actually typed INOD by mistake. Complete accident.
It's okay if you just want to take a look at INOD. CZU still trying to get back above that VWAP.
Looks like the big action here already happened on CZU, to be honest.
Yeah, it might be that way. But, if it pops right here, then that'd be pretty funny.
Yeah, it would. SPY rolling over to 505 here.
Give it to me.
All right, 13, I'm going to step away for just one more sec.
No worries. Don't forget PSX, well-run company. I'll take a look at PSX. Phillips 66. Okay. Are they have in 2 days? All right. I mean, it's already been on one hell of a run, even though we did come back in real nicely here. Let me just do a measurement real quick on this. See how much we pulled back from that move. So we came down so it kind of corrected. It was about a little more than 12% move down. What I would need to see with PSX is to recapture the 20-day SMA. Because if we trade up to that and can't close above it, I feel like we could be headed back down to hammer the 50-day SMA again.
What is going on, man?
Oh, hey there.
What's up?
How's it going, Zunaid? You're getting ready to receive Ryan?
It is, yeah, I do. It's been a crazy past 12 hours or so, but I'm excited. I'm in the office for the first time, so I am really looking forward to hanging out with Ryan. I've been, streaming with Ryan for about, 2-3 years, and I'll finally get a chance to kind of kick it with him.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
CZOO, by the way, we were just talking about this one. It's pushing up here and trying to test the 1193 level. Looks like we got some sell orders there to chew through as soon as that happens, and looks like we're headed for 1250.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see if I can pull up my laptop here in a second, and I'll share my charts from that side.
There it is. Oh, I can't wait for Ryan to get back. Yeah, that was a great. Oh wow! And then it came right back in. CZU. Woo! It was a nice call on AVTX from earlier, even though it was very low volume. That's been pushing up. We're almost at 14. BOF breaking down. Riley breaking down. AMST breaking down, but might get support from the 65 EMA on the 5-minute. Ryan,
I am back. Sorry.
No problem.
You excited to see me, Ryan? Sorry, guys.
I am. So wait a sec. So you're in the.
I know.
Yeah,
that's why there's a whole bunch of hecticness, because I took a flight out this morning and I was like, I'm going to do this. And then I did.
Guys, I've never met Zunaid in person. I have worked and collabed with him on so many things, and I've never met him even the office assistant is showing up. Look at this.
Well,
Zunaid, I am excited.
Dude, me
I'm
too.
excited.
It's gonna be
I will
fun.
not be in the office today, but I
Yeah.
will be there early AF tomorrow.
Sounds good. Yeah, and then we have the draft event in the morning, and of course, you've got the draft event at night as well. So it should be a lot of fun, man. By the way,
Yeah.
I've never looked as crispier. Like, I mean, with the haircut and this camera, I
Dude,
might have
I
to
know
steal this.
that
This is
blue
awesome.
room, dude. They do it up. Okay, Zunaid, I'm glad that you're here. I'm
You're good,
actually
buddy.
going to dip. Can someone else get a screen share up here?
Yes, I will do that. I'm joining from my right now, so I got you, pal. You can head out. I got you.
Beautiful. I'm going to make my flight here. I'm not going to miss it. Thank you so much. 13, awesome job here today. As
Take
always,
care.
you folks are amazing. Next time I see you guys, it'll be from Detroit. Take care, everybody.
See
you,
ya. I'm going to figure out the password here. So if you give me a second.
No problem. Voodoo, I think he's in town for
Who, me?
No, Ryan. I think he's in town through the weekend, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. So you guys will see him. You should see him tomorrow when he comes on and do live trading, but it'll be from the office. And Sizu
Dude, this
is
camera's really sick. Oh my
moving.
God. Let me just get the
Sizu-
password, y'all. I'm gonna get the password. Yo, sorry, I'm on air. But what's the password to the Benzinga Desk? I need to connect my laptop for the show. Do you know?
Yeah. We need to get that password, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. It's on its way. Sizu pushing over 12 and looking for 1250.
Yep, give me one moment. I see. Yep, I see it.
INDO trying for VWAP. It's still slow moving, but it's looking like the MACD is telling us it's curling up now. Yeah, I think he knows. CSSE, penny wild. Let's take a look at CSSE. Chicken soup for the soul. That thing just had a nice pop all the way up to 42 cents, and it came right back in. Well, that's cool. The password is password. It almost reminds me of Spaceballs. Your luggage code is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What else are we looking at, folks? Oh, Wissa decided to come back down to VWAP. Just kissed it just now. Well, anybody else's scanner kind of dry? What's the SPY doing? SPY approaching 505. We're closer than we were earlier. I'd like to see it close beneath 505 today. That'd be great. Sizu still trying to figure out what it wants to do. AVTX kind of just holding up, hanging out up there at 1395. CSSE, I'm taking this off my screen because it's looking like it's just coming right back down to where it started. And Mullen above VWAP. Yeah. Had nice moves up, got some wicks, came back in, trying to push back up and return to 392 or higher. Well, that's a little bit of a pull there. This is not how social engineering works. That's not the real Zunaid. Well, how do we tell? How do we figure that out if he's the real Zunaid? Does he need to be bringing on butter chicken and eating that?
I'm gonna, dude. I've got 2 computers now rocking and rolling. So I've got this, my main one, and then I've got cool. Now I got the password, so we should.
All right. So the command center is set up then.
Yes, the command center is good to go, dude.
All right.
Appreciate y'all hanging out with us. So here's what's going to happen, right? You and I are going to kick it for about 15 minutes or so.
Sure.
Then we've got Futures Fever, and then we've got All Access. So should be a lot of fun. And we'll see what kind of action we've got going on. This is a neat setup. I'm not going to lie.
You might just have to stay there, huh?
Honestly, or steal this camera because this is pretty sweet. This is awesome.
We'll wait until all the streams are over and just kind of pocket that thing. Sizu pulled back beneath 12. Now we have a couple of 5-minute candles with some.
What's the ticker there?
CZOO. This is one that we've been trading and talking about this morning. Looks like it might be headed lower here since we're not able to get a 5-minute candle to close above 11.93. So
I'd look for it
Watch
to
for some
kind of
weakness.
hit $10. If it hits around 10.15 or so, I think that could be interesting. If you look to your left, right, yesterday's action, that around $10.15, you had a lot of resistance there. Try to get past it 3-4 times, and then obviously we gapped up. We popped up here.
Yeah.
Was this tweeted by somebody, chat?
Well, this is we were trading this one yesterday too. This was brought
I see
to our
that big
attention by.
I see a halt up there, I believe. So.
Oh, we've halted multiple times in this one yesterday and today.
Yeah.
It's been fun. It's been fun. Yeah. See, the battle with 250 has been fun. Even STFU knows.
Yeah. There you go.
It's been a good day, and it's gonna get better.
Let's see what else we've got here. I'm gonna see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. If you find something, let me know, because it seems like there's a lot of dryness.
It's so interesting that like the office is like a little quiet. Obviously, I'm in the room, so like no one's really bothering me, and we have like soundproof stuff. This is really really cool. But yeah, everyone's just like quietly working, and I'm like, huh, interesting.
This is what happens behind the scenes.
This is what like people work here. I didn't realize people worked here. You know.
You're gonna take you've walked around the whole office and everything already, right?
Brother, I literally got off my Uber a minute before I hopped on air.
Oh, okay.
So I haven't said hello to nobody except my man Rashid, who is the head of HR that took care of me.
So they're everybody in the office is like, he looks familiar.
Yeah,
who is he?
We've seen him. We feel like we know him a little bit.
Oh, getting a mention with SoundHound. We were talking about this one earlier. This one had some nice price action yesterday, and this morning we're looking for a break above. Let me just pull it up here. I'll tell you what levels those were. Looking for a break above 455. We have not been able to get that. We did get some pops above it, but we haven't anything definitively closing above it.
Yeah. So
that continues to be the level to get over. Knife of Doom. Well, how's Nvidia doing? Because I think that that's pretty much tied to the SoundHound at this point. Okay, so Nvidia's down after making a new high, and that's actually Nvidia. Just to point this out, we were trying to get back above the 50-day SMA. Could not do that, and we have the 20 bearing down on it. So might see some continued weakness in Nvidia if we get that 20 to cross down beneath the 50.
Taking a look at NQ for me and see if we get a chance to go ahead and hold this. I've got a pretty little trend line. As you can see, we kind of sneak peek below, but we'll see if we can go ahead and pop back above or not.
Yeah, that's a nice trend line. And so you're kind of looking for a breakdown here with this one.
Yeah, I'm just going to kind of patiently wait and see which way it wants to go, right? If we can go ahead and reclaim VWAP or something. And by the way, that's my internet connecting. So no more hotspot usage for me. Thank you, Benzinga. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on this one. Let's go to, look, you've got, what we reported yesterday? Good old Tesla. And Tesla, keep an eye on that 160 area. Let's see how it go ahead and responds there. It's nothing too special, but that 170 area was about $2 away from acting as resistance. It didn't even really touch it.
We had some others report yesterday too, but I think that a lot of the big names were this morning, like Boeing. And
I can see people through like this room that are just coming into the office, and I'm kind of curious if they're late.
You should late. This kind of shots at
it's just like, hey man, you're a little late, buddy.
Or if they look over at you, just do this.
Okay, can I tell you guys something funny?
Yeah, love to hear jokes.
I broke this.
For staying in the office.
I'm not even kidding.
Time to fork over that financial Zune aid.
Bro, this is bad. This is actually really, really bad.
Okay, so if somebody looks at you that just got there, just take your headset off and just, kind of.
No. I don't think you understand. This is not good.
All right. So we're speaking with Zunaid today.
Dude, I have an interview in about 35 minutes, and I'm gonna have to kind of do it like this.
No, you got to give you a new headset. Like, yeah. So what I'm hearing is that earnings are up.
Oh my god, this is so bad. I haven't even been into the office for 30 minutes.
This is funny.
No, it's not. This is bad.
No, it's a good first impression, man.
I am texting my producer right now, like, help. Yo, what is this? To be fair, I feel like it was already broken.
Yeah, you just put those on really hard. Man, your ears really do listen for it to break the headset like that.
It is, yeah.
HR wants to see you.
HR. Yeah. We have a problem.
Yeah, we need to get back to stocks so he can fix that.
Yeah. Okay. I've called my producer for help, so we'll see what happens.
I listened so hard. NKGN with a little bit of a pop after consolidating for about half an hour. BOF just sideways and kind of in the same channel with the pre-market trading this morning. AB was using it pre-market prep. Well, there we go.
Honestly, that's who I'm blaming, is AB.
All right, Sisu with a nice breakdown now. Those wicks over the last.
So did it go? Go to 10?
Several. It's not at 10 yet. It's on its way there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. Let's see if we can trade it. Let's see if we can trade it, chat. Let's have a little fun, shall we?
I'll do that with you, but I think I'd like it at 980.
I need a code. Bro, my life is a mess right now.
No, just the headset is.
It just feels like I'm wearing like an earpiece that's just not working, you know?
That's how the DJs do it. They only have one ear up to their headset.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I got DJs who need up in the house.
All right.
Sisu has a 10-15 support. Okay.
Yeah, that's so as you can see, that's literally where I tried to purchase it, but I think it just kind of bounced from there. So we'll grab some 50 shares, risk about maybe 100. I wonder if like my regular headphones that I use at home, I'm able to capitalize on this one, but yeah. I don't know. I might just have to do the interview like this whole time. Be like,
and just look super interested. Like, oh,
yeah, that's
okay.
That's interesting that you mentioned that.
Oh, tell me more.
Yeah, see, I tried to purchase it, but
Beach Bum Trading is getting recruitment emails from ASML. So is that your line of work? Photography?
Walk into Raz's office and take his. Dude, I don't think you understand. I don't even know whose office is what. Like, I got here, and as soon as I got in, I was like, I have to be on air. Where is the blue room? I wonder if I switch. Hold on.
Yeah, do your thing, man. What's looking good out there, folks? NVIDIA breakdown? Good.
Okay, I think this is a little better. Well, you're still making higher highs on NVIDIA, at least on the 5, right? Still in the uptrend, in my opinion. Matter of fact, let me take a chance at it. Why not? You know, we're in the office. Why not have a little fun?
Of course.
Why not have a little fun?
I think that's what you're supposed to do when you're in the office.
If we lose money, we'll just seek reimbursement.
That's it. Just take it out of on the headset. Oh wait. Looks like AMST is getting a bounce off the 65 EMA on the 5-minute. Volume's not really that great. MTC, take a look at that.
And I'm about to get stopped out.
294, the pre-market high for MTC. So that's the level to take out at this particular stage. We're almost there. So if we get some buyers to come in here and take out those walls at 295 and 3, and you get some good chicken dinner.
All right. We come to the office in Detroit and we lose $200. That's the way we do it, baby. That's the way we roll.
Oh, that sounds good.
Thank you, Jace. I appreciate it. Now, when I lose, it kind of sucks, but these are the same trades I would probably take if I wasn't on air. Actually, no, sometimes I feel pressured to put on trades. I try not to, but I am human after all. And look at that. We broke that puppy to the downside. Now we're going to try to go ahead and test the lows is what I want to know.
Yeah,
the NVIDIA knife definitely came. Still hasn't obviously made a lower low, right? I'm keeping an eye on this one here. And the biggest thing is if this goes green to red, then I think you have a chance to knock on the doors of 820 and 815s is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I need to test something. Hang on.
I like the I get closer to 8, but that's still a little ways away. PRE, no. MTC.
Why can I not?
Got up to 295, took that out, but rejected. Still needs to, okay, now it reloaded at 295, so the sellers are coming back in, and oh my goodness, look at that knife on MTC. Was that the setup that you? I'm not trying to be an asshole, Jonathan, but no, I was just talking to Jonathan. He was saying MTC setting up, and it looked like it was going to break out, but that knife, I don't think that's what he was looking for. I don't think that was what I wanted either.
It's cool. Like I get to meet all these people that I've been working with for like 2 years.
Oh yeah, a lot of nice people over there.
They're like a little hesitant to come inside because I'm like in this room recording, and they're like, "Wait, do I come in? Do I not? Do I say hello from afar? What's happening?"
No, just go out there, take a second. I'll pull it down here. Just take a second, open the door, and just open it and be like, "Hey, everybody."
No, it's like, "Hey guys, I know everyone's busy making money, but like."
A lot of nice people in that office. So I was there out in 21.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Oh, very cool. I didn't know that. Snapchat. Holding on to 11 for dear life.
For some reason, Yahoo Finance is reporting a White House press conference. I don't know if there's... Well, let's take a look and see if there's anything on the news feed regarding that. And then it might be time for me to split.
Yeah, you can hop whenever you want, pal.
I don't okay. I don't see anything on the news feed. Let's see. Well, it looks like there is something happening here right now. WhiteHouse.gov/live. There's the president talking.
I wonder if it's about the. Well, so let's keep an eye on this.
TikTok ban. He's only a press conference on a TikTok ban.
Yeah.
Which is fine because that actually was passed last night.
It was, yeah.
And that was also attached to the aid bill for Israel, Ukraine, and Taiwan.
Well, you've got the NQ futures up right there, testing the trend line break that we had. We can see if it holds or if we just go ahead and come on down.
All right, looks like WISA made slightly higher highs here before coming back in. We're still looking for 7 in WISA. And then I will take a look at AGBA. That one we traded. That's an old girlfriend. Let's take a look at her and see what she's doing today. AGBA. Okay, so this one's been consolidating most of the morning, and now we're popping over VWAP. So that's encouraging. going to need to see if we can continue this upward momentum, but I have 272 as my upside target from here. So we'll see if that happens. I'm going to take off. Zunaid,
all right, buddy.
Enjoy your time there at the office.
Yeah.
And when he gets there, say hi to Ryan for me.
I definitely will. I'll give him a punch in the, in the arm for you. I'll say,
I appreciate it, man.
I didn't do this. It was him. He asked
All
me
right.
to do it. All right, buddy. You take care.
You too, man. Take care. Bye, everybody.
All right, y'all. We have a lot going on today, so you're going to have to bear with me. Especially because I have a messed up, headset situation. It's interesting. I'm like seeing my coworker's email set up. I'm not reading his emails, I promise, but I'm just like, seeing how everyone has things organized, and I think I like it. I think I need to get more organized with my life. So, you guys ready? I know I'm on air, so if you want to join me, you can. But I know I haven't been here for more than like 10 minutes. This broke.
What'd you do?
I don't think my head is fat, but it broke. You can come on if you want, but yeah. You guys want to say hi to Malia? So this is producer Malia. She makes sure that I look nice and pretty on everything, and she, makes sure everyone else looks pretty too. So anyway,
The way that I'm sitting in this room every single day. It's your first time in the office, Zunaid, and you broke my headphones. Anyways,
it's been 15
hi,
minutes.
everyone.
Hello,
Hope
they were all
it's
saying
going
hello.
well.
So
AB
yeah,
broke
AB
it.
broke it this morning. Yeah. AB broke it this morning, and I just happened to, unfortunately deal with it.
I'll get you some new headphones.
Yeah, can I do that before? Yeah, can we do that ASAP, because I have an interview and I can't be looking like this. Oh my goodness, these are stories I will tell my kids. All right, it's time for Futures Fever, and I've got an intro because I'm awesome. Here we go.
Welcome to Futures Fever, where we dive deep into the world of futures trading and uncover opportunities no matter the market conditions, because volatility is simply an opportunity to find profitable trades. So don't sit back and relax, but sit up and engage as Futures Fever, powered by Apex Trader Funding, starts right now.
All right, love it. And look at that. The trend line holds, and we go ahead and head to the downside as we continue making our way lower. Now we'll see if we can go ahead and test the 17,667. Oh, hello. Knock, knock. What's going on? I'm sure everything else is going to start selling off here in a second, too. Again, this is that line that we drew, right? Support. We'll see if it wants to test it. At the moment, it's about 5 points away before it kind of jumped up a little bit. But yeah. Yeah, the yellow line is VWAP for those of you that might just be joining my show for the first time or just seeing me trade for the first time. I promise I'm a lot more organized than this. This is my first time in our Detroit office. It's beautiful. We are overlooking the draft, which, by the way, we have a sick draft event tomorrow that you guys should check out. And there we go. We go ahead and break those. Now we're going to hold support here or not is the question. And if you'll excuse me, I am getting a new headphone. I heard it crack and I was like, uh-oh. So how many do we have, just in case?
Your big ego and your big head. Here we go.
My big ego and my big head. Oh, these are sick. How many of these things can I steal for my flight back home is the question. Wait, how do I know it's working?
Can you hear them? Can you hear anything?
There's no one. It's just me. Okay, let me play I'm gonna play an intro, chat.
Okay.
Bear with me.
Welcome.
All right, it's working. Imagine I did the interview and I'm like, I can't hear anybody.
Are you wearing it correctly?
No, I am. Am I not? How do you wear headphones wrong?
Well, with the cord coming from the other side. There you go. Wow. No choking hazard?
And they call me a professional, I guess. All right. Sorry, chat. I know today's, a little crazy. But for those of you that don't know what Apex is a prop firm where you go ahead and get a chance to get 80% off at the moment. You pass an eval phase. And then after you go ahead and pass the eval phase where you achieve your profit target, then you can go ahead and get what's called a funded account. It's like simulated, and you can get a chance to go ahead and make some money on it. So that's what we're rocking with. Let's see if it rejects this line or not. We'll check out a couple of other things here as well, but this is the main thing. Is Biden still speaking, yo? Is Biden still speaking? Let me know. By the way, we have broken 5,100 on the SPY, which I think is pretty big. I think that's huge. Matter of fact, I need to switch this to this. Then I got to put my password in. You guys aren't going to steal my password, right? If I mistakenly show it to y'all. You guys wouldn't do that to me. All right. I'm curious if I go ahead. All right. So I have a trade on at the moment. And unlike the other trade that you saw me take, that was with my real hard-earned money. I lost $200. It was cold, hard $200. Now, this is a funded account. So to me, it's in between paper money and real money is how I like to see it. We're waiting for it to come down, and we'll see if we're able to make a couple $100. Because I've got two funded accounts right now. This one I'm up about $600, and the other one I'm up about $300. No trade on this one, so we're going to go ahead and focus in on this. And I'm just going to kind of leave this trade alone. Right, we're going to let this trade do what it wants to do. We're not going to try to be cute about it. We're just going to go ahead and let it be. By the way, I wonder where the gear is, because I definitely want to, take some gear. I feel like we need just a little bit of light music. Just a little bit of light music. There we go. I think that's solid. Oh, come on. Yes. Don't you dare. I need that money. No, there's no way. There's no way, right, chat? When it comes to real money, I don't make money. But when it comes to, funded money, I do. All right. Sweet. So the reason I took that trade, you obviously have a lot of selling pressure that was coming in. 5,100 psychological level that broke on the 5-minute. So I was risking about $180 or so to make $180. And it went ahead and worked. Now, I want to talk about risk management. Obviously, you guys saw me stop out here on the NVIDIA trade earlier, maybe about 20 minutes ago or so. And I lost $200. It sucks, right? That doesn't even pay for my hotel here, by the way, because it's the NFL draft and things are quite expensive. A Super 8 cost like it was, I don't know, a W or something. But anyway, point being, I lost $200. But if I was stubborn and if I didn't just say, you know what, I'm wrong, I should get out, I would have been down another 6 points, which is another $600, which is $800. And then what I would have been doing is averaging down, which would have only gotten me in a deeper and deeper of a hole. So the biggest thing that a lot of folks make mistakes of is their ego gets in the way and they just don't want to accept that they're wrong. It's okay. Doesn't make you less of a man, woman, or anything like that. If you're wrong, get out of the trade. Manage your risk reward. Live to fight another day. Hey, we've got Malia in the house. You think they'll give me a corner office for when I work here? Chat, do you guys think they'll give me a corner office? I don't think so. If I turn the screen upside down, I'll feel better. Listen. I had Lakers to win against the Nuggets, and they blew it. They just blew it, man. That was a tough one. All right, we're testing that level one more time. We'll see if we reject it or if it's gonna. Timberwolves all the way, dude. They've been playing really well. Money Mitch. So it's interesting. Money Mitch, you know, it doesn't work for Benzinga anymore. He hasn't for quite some time, and we wish him nothing but the best. Obviously, he does have twins, so he is a father of twins, and he posted a picture today. Looks like he's creating some content. It looked like a Capitol building or something behind him. Can't be 100% sure, but yeah, obviously always wish him the best. Always welcome to come on this show and chop it up with us. Chop it up with you in the chat. What are we going to do at this level? Because see, if I was to take any trade... Nah, even that I don't really like. To be honest, besides the trade that I've already taken, there's not much that I want. There's not much that I'm seeing. Where's Alyssa? I believe Alyssa's in the back, like, listening. I see her around. She's producing. As is Malia. My goal still, by the way, so with Apex, you get a chance to have 20 trades, or excuse me, 20 accounts that you can go ahead and copy trade. Right. So that's exactly what my plan is for May. I've just been so busy with, we had a cannabis conference in Florida, so I was busy with that. We have the NFL draft here coming up tomorrow, so I'm busy with that. So I haven't really had a chance to lock in on my trading, and I've told myself I'm going to block out my schedule so that I can focus at least an hour on trading. The first 20, 30 minutes to really look at charts, what I like, what I don't like, and the other 20, 30 minutes to kind of really focus on the execution of those trades. Because man, to me, the compounding that you can do with 20 accounts is just amazing. The issue is that everyone wants to build a mansion and a penthouse overnight, and that just doesn't work, you know? It just doesn't work. Hey, Malia, Slack me if you're producing all access for me or if I'm doing it. I just wasn't sure. Okay, I was just making sure. You ain't gotta call me bud. You blew up your account last week on Tesla. What'd you trade? What did you trade, pal? Uh-oh. I think I gotta adjust my notes a little bit. I've got to adjust my notes a little. Oh, by the way, what are my thoughts on GDP, PCE going into the TLT, suggesting it's not that good? I am simply a day trader, man. I am simply a day trader. I just go ahead and take a look at what the stocks are doing intraday. You see me take 2 trades. I failed at one. I succeeded at one. I am just a day trader. I already have too much stress in my life to swing trade, you know? But that also just means that I have too much size on. Oh, are we about to make new lows? Are we going to make new lows? Uh-oh. Boom. New lows. One thing that I really love about trading with Apex and also just futures is that I am able to just kind of trade at night, you know, or like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. if I just can't sleep or whatever the case is. Now, is it the best mindset to trade in? Probably not. Oh, come on. We're talking about Mullen again? Come on. We're not doing that. By the way, I'm curious. Do you guys prefer like these very chill, vibey trading streams, or do you want like a little bit more analysis and like stocks? I'm curious because we've got some shows coming up. We're working with a couple of sponsors. We just want to, you know, check out their platform, make sure we like it and all that. We're holding on to it so far. Stock calls. Okay, so you want more like more than the chill vibe that we have going on right now. Okay, that's good to know. That's good feedback. And again, I will say yeah, we've got a couple partners that we're talking to. Just want to check out their platform, make sure that, you know, we actually like it before we have them on as a sponsor. Because so the way that it works with sponsorship, something that you guys should know, at least about me, right? Because I am a trader, is I will put money where my mouth is in the sense that like I use Apex, and when I get funded, and even when I, you know, pay for evals, majority of the times, I go ahead and pay my hard-earned money. So I don't get the activation fee waived or anything like that. And not because they're mean. It's just I haven't asked because I want you guys to have the same experience I do, right? So I pay for those. We have something kind of cooking with one of the brokers, and I tell the broker straight up, look, if I like working with you, I will deposit my own money to work with you guys. So I don't really do the whole paper trading aspect of it. I put my own money where my mouth is. So that's something you guys can always kind of know. Look at that. Nice little bounce there. Yeah, live trades when we get the movement, and then when market slows down around lunch, I like to do stock analysis. Okay, that's fair. That's fair, 13. That makes sense. So look at that. We'll go to the 1 minute, and you had some chances here, right? I mean, you had, how many points is this? It's a solid 64 points. Or it's going to be 16 points. My bad. Solid 16 points. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some setups then, shall we? Let's kind of zoom out. Let's go into the 4 hour. Let's look at the cues. I had this trend line. Broke. Faked us out. Went all the way down. So this is where I wanted to go short, but I just couldn't. Like, look at how close I was to getting filled, and this is where I wanted to go short with like my Q puts. And I'm showing you the NQ, but I was gonna go short via Qs, but I just missed it. I missed my entry. I mean, look at this. Look how close I was to this box. This box is where I wanted to take that trade, but it just never ever got there. I think it was at, yeah, it was at in the afternoon session. It was around 2 o'clock. Just never really got there. You have very expensive taste? No, not at all. Why do you say that? Why do you think I have expensive taste? What's cool is the 30th is coming up, right? Or at the end of the month, and we get paid every 2 weeks or whatever. I wonder if this CFO can just give me hard, cold cash instead of like a direct deposit, you know? We'll get all access going here in about 7 minutes. Let's see here. I'm interested if Malia remembers how I like to do all access. I haven't done all access with her in quite some time. Let's see how this price movement works. If we're going to go ahead and try to sustain it, because here's the thing, I suspect that we want to come back and test VWAP, but would not be surprised if we try to go red, right? We're still green in the Qs, and the NQs rather. Let's go to the 30 minutes, see what that looks like. Yeah, so that's like the next area for me to watch. Yes, that's correct, Malia. Manny, if you'd like, you can go ahead and shoot me your resume, right? My email address is zunaid@benzinga.com. Feel free to send it over, and you can attach your resume and give me a little bit of insight in terms of like, hey, what is it that you're wanting to do that'll make you happy and that you feel like you can really make an impact. Brian, I saw that. I do the same thing, pal. I hope the last name I've got here is Terramani. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. I've been on air this whole time, so I haven't had a chance to look it up. But give me a thumbs up if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Perfect. All right, we'll get going with All Access in just a little bit. It's always fun to kind of talk to executives and see what's going on, right? We've had plenty of conversations with Diamond Lake Minerals, the CEO, Brian, but we've got a special guest alongside him as well. And we'll dive into what they've been cooking up, different products, services, especially with the crypto market. You've had, the halving that's now behind us as well. So now where do we go from here, making sure that you have a sustainable business? So we'll have those conversations here in just a couple of minutes. Yeah, man, you can go ahead and send me an email, pal. No worries at all. All right, look at that. We go ahead and hold that as support. Obviously, we did go ahead and poke down about maybe 6 points or so, but then we bounce right back up. Now the question is going to be, do we take out 17,667 to the upside or not? By the way, appreciate 1,000 of you that are watching right now on Twitter and YouTube. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. And we've got the NFL draft that's happening tomorrow. We've got Calvin Johnson, Ric Flair, and a lot of other individuals involved in panels as well. And me. I'm not a Super Bowl champion or anything, not a Hall of Famer, but I'm on the website. All right, chat. We're about a minute away from starting All Access and getting a doubleheader. We'll have a conversations with a couple of folks here in just a minute. If you guys have any questions in terms of charts, anything about futures, let me know, or else you'll have to wait till tomorrow. And Crow, you're absolutely right? So much of trading is just kind of patiently waiting for your setups. Because if you try to go ahead and force something, you can get a little emotional about it, and the risk management kind of goes out the door. All right, Malia, we can start prepping. You can go ahead and take my brands off. And I should go ahead and take my charts off too, huh? That'd be nice. There we go. Let me go ahead and adjust a couple of things here. All right. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up, fellas, if you're ready to go. And we can get this party started. Mr. Taramani, you're good to go as well. Awesome. Well, look, you guys have seen me on this show before, and you know that something we always love to do is talk to executives from publicly traded companies, because there's so many things happening with their companies and you want to get your insight. So if you're in the chat, feel free to ask some questions and I'll do my best to go ahead and get them in. Today, we're talking to Diamond Lake Minerals. We're going to have the CEO of Diamond Lake Minerals, Brian, and also the founder of Boxable, Mr. Tiramani. Ticker, by the way, on the OTC markets is DLMI. All access starts right now. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Great to see you again, pal.
Yeah, you too. And I know you brought a friend. We'll dive into the partnership that you guys are cooking up. But let's go ahead and start with a softball before we dive into the hood. Brian, man, give me some insight. What is it that your company does?
Absolutely. And I'm disappointed that the Nature Boy is not here with us as well.
Know.
When I heard that, I got so excited. Well, thank you again. And Benzinga, truly appreciate all your tremendous support on our journey as Diamond Lake Minerals advances its announcements and all the different industries that we intend on being in. Very excited to announce our real estate division and what we're doing with Galliano and Boxable, and teaming up to start rolling out and identifying properties to build beautiful Boxable Village communities. So excited to make that announcement. Really excited to have made that announcement with Benzinga and your great team. So thank you guys again. Yeah. And here we are together talking about our plans going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I'd love to get insights from you, Galliano. What's the partnership mean for you and what you guys are looking to do here?
Yeah, so actually, I'll just tell you a little bit about Boxable. We're actually a company based in Las Vegas, and we manufacture housing in a factory. So the first product that we have is a 360 square foot apartment. We basically manufacture the whole thing at the factory and then ship it to site where it can set up in just a couple days and be ready to be occupied. So that first product is basically kitchen, bathroom, bed, couch. And it's become super popular online. We've got lots of viral videos where people are really excited about it. We're really pumped up to be able to do a project with Brian as a customer, and hoping for a successful one.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm so glad that you're on, because I was literally telling our producers, because we're always looking for different cool content ideas, and we ran into your company, and I told them about 2-3 months ago, I was like, how cool would it be if we did a content piece where I am living in one of these, right? And I am streaming, I am trading like I would do it out of my own apartment, out of my own house. So be on the lookout for an email, because I'd love to kind of make that happen, because I think that'd be kind of really cool.
Well, we are based in Las Vegas, so if you want to come down for a trip, not a bad place to visit. And
no, it's not.
We've got a few model houses set up right outside the factory, and we'd love to have you come over. And you can actually stay the night in them because they're hooked up to plumbing and they're ready to go.
I love it. I can just hear my CFO knowing that I'm about to ring the bell, ring his phone up. Let's kind of dive into the markets a little bit, Brian, in terms of your mission to bring back to markets timeless business principles that are focused on healthy, sustainable growth. The tokenization aspect of it, right? How's that looking, especially when it comes to sustainable growth itself?
Thankfully, icons like Larry Fink and BlackRock making it more mainstream and giving it more credibility. I've been preaching this over the last decade, so I'll let him take the lead now, and I'll take a backseat to him. But we know this is the future, and the way that we're looking at building businesses, especially as it relates to real estate and working with Boxable, is what a great asset for our balance sheet. What a great business model to bring wonderful customers across all different classes to have a beautiful residency inside of these and get them into a home much more quicker, much more efficiently, and much more cost effective than traditional means of getting a home or getting an apartment or a condo. Yeah. So we're excited about that. We're excited to identify really, great properties coming to market that have the ability to be profitable in this type of business scenario. And for us, we build businesses across all different types of industries using all different traditional means of capital, whatever that may be. And oh, by the way, we also have a security token aspect of our business. And that's where it gets really exciting. And previously, we announced with you guys our 24% stake in Avrio. So we have in-house access to a broker-dealer, a licensed exchange to actually put our offerings out into the market and create a demand. What's important about that is as tokenization and security tokens start to hit mainstream, there's only a handful of exchanges that can do these. They're regulated and licenses. So you're going to start seeing a tremendous amount of projects go to market, which is great for the industry. But here at DLMI, we don't want to get behind any other project that may have a bigger ticket than ours. We want to go right to market with our own offerings. So also, there is a tremendous amount of people that love what Galliano and his team have done. The Boxable brand is amazing. It's on fire. It continues to grow. And here's a great way for people to also participate in the brand through DLMI for when we start announcing and rolling out these Boxable villages to do a tokenized offering. It's another great piece for people to feel connected to a great brand like Boxable.
And Galliano, when it comes to, I've seen conversations so much on FinTwit. Sometimes I struggle with it as well. It's like, hey, should you rent? Should you own? What should you do? But now you're kind of like, hey, here's another option, right? So you're kind of like a disruptor, in my opinion, in the space. Let me know if you agree with that. But also, where do you kind of see yourself fitting into the average consumer who might want to use your product?
Yeah, one of the cool things about our product is because it's fully finished in the factory, it can dramatically speed up the development cycle for a real estate project. So usually you're going to have, 1, 2, 3 years to do real estate development. And a portion of that is getting the ground ready. So building roads and infrastructure. And the other portion is actually building up the building. And the cool thing with doing it in the factory is you can actually get it done at the same time. So you're going to be able to really speed up that project, bring it to market sooner, get it rented, get people moved in and living there. And, with our company, the idea was that we're creating a building system where we would mass produce different size room modules with different configurations in our factory. Maybe we would have a kitchen box, a bedroom box, a living room box, and then you would stick those boxes together to create larger houses. But we are starting out with the initial product, which is the casita. So that's just that small box, little studio apartment. And the original idea there was to actually deploy those in backyards in places like California, where they've changed the laws to make it easier to deploy those backyard houses. And we're getting a lot of interest from that. But then we can also do other projects, like hopefully we can do with Brian, which might be like a little village.
Let's talk about the village aspect, Brian. What's your vision there?
The master planning in my mind, and working with Galliano and his team to make sure we're on brand with Boxable, is everything is a Boxable. So it would be obviously all the homes and residencies that people could either own, or hopefully at some point we can even announce some sort of tokenization mortgage aspect of being able to get into these properties. But I also see the main entrance being a Boxable. So if you ever went into a gated community, you got the security officer sitting there checking people in. I also see retail being in Boxable units. So I would anticipate the whole village, as much of its possibility being a Boxable, but retrofitted to whatever brand that maybe want to be experiencing inside of that village. Even the clubhouse be a bunch of different Boxables put together, or strategically working out new designs for future iterations of, here's a village concept. What does every community need? And how does Boxable fulfill 99 to 100% of those needs?
Yeah. Galliano, they say the NFL is a copycat league. I would say just about anything is. And so is the business industry as well. What are your thoughts on any of your competitors? But more so, I care about what kind of gives you the advantage that folks should kind of use y'all's product and have that in their arsenal.
Well, when it comes to building construction, it's a really big market and huge amount of demand for housing all around the world, and not really enough supply.
Yeah.
So, we don't see a big issue with competition at the time, because I believe there's a housing shortage in the US of over 5 million houses that are needed. So really we just need new ways and new products that can fix that problem. So we're trying to do that by building in the factory with this great new product. And we have a lot of interest in that, and we're excited to start seeing deployments of the product popping up online.
Galliano, with like interest rates, right? That's been such a hot topic, especially with mortgage rates, or I think they're around 6%, give or take now. Shout out to the people that got it in 2020, 2021 at 3%. But is that something that you kind of take a look at in terms of, hey, where's inflation going? How do we adjust our prices to make sure that this is still something that is worthy for folks that are worried about that when they're buying a house?
Definitely real estate is affected by the interest rates in a really big way, the amount of new housing starts that are created. But with our first product, I think it's a perfect fit for that kind of problem. So it's not just different because of the way we're building it and the fact that it's done in the factory and it's more rapidly deployable, but it's also just a small house. So you're looking at affordability. there's a number of ways to try and get that, but one of them is just to have a smaller living space. And a lot of people are interested in doing that, in downsizing and having a more kind of simpler life with a lower overhead.
That makes perfect sense. Brian, your final thoughts on the partnership, what you're hoping to achieve, any topics that you wanted to bring up that I didn't get a chance to. The floor is yours, and the Galliano, I'll come to you next.
Thank you, pal. No, you crushed it. Great discussion. We know Boxable is the future of affordable housing and home building and design and construction. We strongly believe that DLMI is the future of public companies, and how do you build companies, utilize all access to capital, building communities, and creating really true wealth for the world, not just the 1%ers. So it's exciting that we teamed up. I've known Galliano for many years. Much respect and admiration for him and what his family and his team have done at Boxable. We are so privileged to be able to partner and work together, and we anticipate some great announcements coming forward.
Well, hey, I look forward to having those. Galliano, the floor is yours, man. Anything else that you wanted to talk about in terms of the product, the partnership that I didn't get a chance to bring up?
Yeah, if anyone is interested in learning more about the Casita product, I'd urge them to head over to our website, head over to our social media pages, Instagram. We're posting tons of content on there, so you can check out the Casita. And we also invite anyone to come to our factory, including you. Pretty much anytime you can stop by and check out the whole factory, check out a Casita, and special people can even stay the night.
I hope I am one of those special people, because if I'm flying out to Vegas, I got to hang out at the sports book. It's a playoff, so I might need a night to enjoy my sorrows a little bit off of the upsets that happen. But appreciate both of you guys so much. I know we'll have more conversations, and I'm really excited about this partnership. I genuinely am. Like I said, I was looking for something similar to create content of, so it's awesome to have you on the show, and I'm really looking forward to see how you kind of fit that middle gap between folks that want to rent, own, but hey, here's a third option that you didn't really know you needed. Like, people didn't really know they needed the iPhone, but now you have Boxable. But thank you both so much for hopping on.
Thank you.
Sir.
Absolutely. And thank you, chat, for hanging out with us as well. Check them out and see if this is something that you would want to at least get a taste of it, right? Especially if you're going to be out in Vegas. I highly recommend trying out Boxable and seeing if it kind of fits your lifestyle. If you're thinking about, hey, might want one of these that fits my needs, don't need a big house, need something a little bit more compact, which is the way I like to live things, live the way my life is, if you will. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. Really appreciate it. Thank you for Brian and Galliano. And that is All Access.